Kambini.
Chuamigia.
Kambini.
Kabube, kabube.
Kabubi.
Kabube ya chui.
Kabubi.
Kabube ya chui.
Kabubi.
Nani kaua?
Eshua.
Nani kaua?
In 2022, I embarked on a hunt for a leopard unlike any other, a massive, ruthless leopard known as Hannibal. He had earned his name by killing and eating his own kind. Many had tried and failed to harvest Hannibal, but our team ultimately succeeded in tracking him down and harvesting him with a bow and arrow. Now in 2024, I returned to the wilds of Tanzania, hunting yet again another leopard. But this time, we were hoping for an even bigger, more dominant, monstrous leopard. This is that story. Upon arriving into camp with Mike Fell, it was the start of our 21-day safari, and honestly, it was like stepping into a scene from National Geographic. The wildebeest migration was unfolding right before our eyes. Seeing tens of thousands of animals every single day moving in unison was breathtaking, to say the least. But our focus remained on hunting monster leopards, and unfortunately, with the migration moving in, so do the poachers, which comes with snares, traps, spears, machetes, and of course, a lot of death. But to combat this, every year, Mike and his team catch and prosecute many poachers. In fact, when we were there, we actually hunted down and caught poachers ourselves.
We were cruising down this river and we just spotted 2 poachers. This is about to get very, very intense.
If it wasn't for Mike and his anti-poaching team patrolling these lands 365 days a year, these local poachers would run rampant, killing every animal they could. But all of this is suppressed and kept to a minimum due to the anti-poaching efforts.
The poachers think that they're probably checking their snares in the Serengeti Park, and so that's where these guys were doing a lot of their snaring and poaching was on the Serengeti side. They were walking through Maswa here to get back to their camp, back to their village. So we called the anti-poaching team. They're gonna make a stakeout here and wait for them to come back, and then they'll bust them. Everything you're seeing here, all the anti-poaching, all of this is funded by hunters. Without hunters, there is no money that can fund all this anti-poaching. You guys are seeing this is happening nonstop. This level of protection and prosecution and risk for these guys, and they're still doing it. It's the craziest thing. So I need you all just to imagine if there was no anti-poaching, if there was no money being generated to provide protection for these animals, how bad would this poaching really be? That is a question y'all need to be asking yourself.
So it's incredibly important for people like me to come and hunt Africa to fund the anti-poaching teams that keep these wild savannas thriving and rich with life. Plus, we specifically target old, past their prime animals, and on this safari, our leopard hunt was no different. However, this was not going to be easy. Our detrimental problem was going to be the migration. Wherever the migration goes, death follows, and that's easy food for the old ancient beasts. So day after day, we set up spot after spot in hopes to locate an old male, but we had no luck. And by day 10, we still hadn't seen a single leopard or even got a leopard on camera. But this was expected because the migration was still moving through and the cats had plenty to eat. Now, we were still having a great hunt, bow hunting many other species and feasting on them in camp. But still our focus was on the monster leopard. But on day 19, the migration had completely passed and this gave us hope. So we went to a totally new part of the concession and found a drainage that looked really good. And we set up one more spot and planned on driving back the next day and checking this spot. And so obviously this was our Hail Mary. On day 20, we drove back to check that spot we set up to see if a leopard had fed on the meat. And when we pulled up, everyone's jaws dropped. The meat had been hit, but we had no trail camera set up and we had no idea how big the cat was. But when we looked at the claw marks in the tree, they were so large, we thought at first it could have been a lion. But after looking closely, it was clearly a massive leopard. So right then and there, we decided to build a blind the rest of the day. We used grass, trees, and even tarps from the truck. And I gotta say, when it was all done, it was a tad crude, but I felt confident it would work.
Okay. She is finished, boys. We got the filming hole right there, shooting hole right there. Whew, wish me luck.
With it getting so close to dark, we decided to get out of there and come back in the morning on day 21 of our 21-day safari. The next morning, we got into the blind super early. As we sat in dead silence, everyone's heart was racing after pushing so hard for 21 days straight, searching for a leopard of a lifetime. And now here we are, waiting on this mysterious leopard. Finally, the silence was broken by a distant monkey screeching out a warning sound, letting all the prey in the area know a predator was nearby. Mike and I looked at each other and we both knew what this meant. Something big and something scary was coming our way. Then, like a silent killer out of nowhere, a leopard jumps into the tree. But this wasn't just any leopard. This was the biggest leopard I had ever seen in my entire life. This was truly an ancient, monstrous beast of a leopard. The nerves began getting the best of me, but I took a deep breath and focused my mind, preparing myself for a shot of a lifetime.
That's a huge leopard. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Huge leopard.
We just did it, boys.
Huge big leopard.
That's a freaking monster.
Well done. You smoked them in here.
Right, perfect. Right behind the shoulder.
Yeah, well done.
Quartering away. Oh, I can't believe that, boys.
Everest.
Last day of the safari. Oh my God. It is day 21 of our 21-day safari. I mean, this is really incredible.
Last night we built a beautiful blind. Turned out he didn't even come back yet.
That's what I
He
saw.
hasn't even fed yet, but we heard the monkeys this morning and we knew he was inbound.
Literally, I have to give Mike credit here because 3 days ago, he's like, we should shoot one more zebra. And I think we're still in the game here. And you guys have to put this in perspective. That was day 17 of the
The problem
safari.
we've had is that the migration's been here.
Yeah.
So we've been seeing 10,000 wildebeest
A
every
day.
And finally the wildebeest left. And suddenly the leopards had an appetite.
That's
again.
it. He was laying down, which I was a little nervous about, but I definitely didn't shoot too low.
You shot him right behind the shoulder.
Right behind the shoulder.
He was in a nice angle.
Yeah, and he was quartering away.
I think he would have smacked his far shoulder.
Yeah, and I was using the Beast 2.3. This broadhead puts a huge hole in him. Huge. I'm trying to keep my cool, but I'm about to lose it because I'm starting to shake and everything else. It's like, it's coming. It's
What a
hitting.
great ending.
The adrenaline is just dumping right now. Oh my gosh, it is so difficult to get leopards, just in general, but let alone with a bow. To be able to pull off what we just did, I'm just so grateful, so happy. It was really, really difficult to keep it together for that. But, I mean, all this wants to come before I shoot, and you just have to focus. Oh my God, it's really hit me hard. Jeez. There's just so much on the line with a leopard, because if I don't hit him absolutely perfect, then that leopard will be waiting for us. And that's when people get really messed up. So it's extremely dangerous tracking wounded leopard. So there's a lot riding on it for me to make a perfect shot. And I really feel like I did my absolute best. And at the end of the day, that's all you can really hope for, boys. And I don't think I screwed it up. I feel good about it. Oh my God. You know, obviously we feel really good about the shot, but this is always the most stressful part of any leopard hunt. You see it? I don't see this spot. Oh, yeah. He's dead? Oh, I think he's dead, boys. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh, dude. He didn't make it freaking 10 yards. Oh my gosh, guys. Literally, he's 12 yards from the tree. Look at that. Right there's the tree. Here's my leopard.
How's that for a leopard?
Dude, look at this thing. Oh my God. Guys. Jeez. Look at the size of this thing. Oh my God. It's literally like a freaking lion. Whoa. What? Look at the size of this thing. Oh my gosh. We made a perfect shot on him. Right through top of the heart, double lung. It came out. Went in the crease, came out his shoulder. Double lung, top of the heart. He didn't make it literally 10 yards. Perfect way for a big old leopard like this to go down. All right, I'm gonna try to pick him up here. Oh my God.
He's a monster, Josh.
Oh my, dude.
I saved
Oh, oh my, holy smokes. Dude, this thing is unbelievable. Holy cow. Jiminy Christmas, guys. I can't even pick it up. Look at the size of this thing's paw. This is literally like a lion. Look at this. This is as big as a freaking lioness. Unbelievable. Here's the shot. Come here, guys. Look at this. This is important. Right there. That was the beast 2.3. Went in right behind the shoulder in the crease, as you guys saw. It then came out right here, which top of the heart double lung pivoted around his shoulder bone, and he didn't make it 10 yards. This is going to be by far the biggest leopard I'll ever kill in my entire life. This is old school too, no trail cameras, nothing. We just went down into this ditch. You thought about this place last year? This is unbelievable. Huge, huge leopard. What an unbelievable ending to an incredible adventure. This leopard was truly a leopard of many lifetimes. Our team never gave up and we persevered all the way to the end, and it paid off. I just want to give a special thanks to Mike Fell and Danie Geel with African Bowhunting Adventures. I just want to say we absolutely love hunting with you guys. Thank you so much for always giving us adventures of a lifetime.